Look in the camera? Or?
Kind of, just wherever. It's kind of Super Bowl media day, so
Okay.
everyone's going to be kind of just floating around.
Okay,
So
cool.
Alright, Tom. So, two questions for you. The first one, out of the 12 guys on the international team, you had to pick your ideal match play player, pick someone for driving, iron play, short game, putter. Who would you pick for those two spots?
Ooh. Driver, I would say I played with Adam today, so Adam's driving it really good, so I'd pick Adam. Iron play, I'm confident in myself, so I'll pick me. Short game, I think Hideki's got really good touch, so I'll choose Hideki for that. And putting, I guess I'd have to pick myself because I want that putt on Sunday.
Perfect. And then second question, with you in Memphis when you first tried on the gear, you were elated to have the shirt on. What does this mean to you now for it to be real, for you to be here, be on the team, represent the international team, wear that shoe?
It's great. It's I've dreamt of this as a kid, and for me to be able to represent the international team is an absolute honor. So I'm super pumped. I can't wait for Thursday to come, and I've always dreamt of doing crazy fist bumps because it's match play. So I'm really looking forward to it.
And you may not be able to do the crazy fist bump on the first tee, but now you've seen the build and what the first tee looks like. What do you think that build is going to be when you walk through that tunnel with thousands of fans just going absolutely crazy?
Ball's going to go far. Adrenaline's going to pump, and just swing as hard as you can and try to hit one good down the first hole. So, the stands are. It's incredible how they designed it. I think it's very unique, and I can't wait for the fans to just keep on shouting. Appreciate it. Like, it's can't put it into words really. It's every I feel like I can speak for every player that they all every single player who can play for whether it's the United States or the international team, everyone wants a spot here. And for me to be able to get inside the rankings and play here, it's an honor. And like I said, it's hard to put into words about how pumped I am.
Trevor Emmelman was talking a little bit about your shot-shocking skills earlier. Are you known for that? Is that a skill?
Not much. Like, I wouldn't say like I'm a big trash talker. I'm a jokester with the guys I'm close with, and the whole team I feel like I have a really good relationship with. So, I just as a youngest team member, I just like to joke around a lot, and I'm lucky enough that they don't give me shit for it. But I'm pretty fortunate. Jordan Spieth, whew. I don't think I'll be able to trash talk to Jordan Spieth, but if I'm not that close enough for me to do something like that, but once, whether it's, I think Scotty, he gives me a really hard time, so it would be fine if I could play with him on whether it's singles or whatever, so, we'd probably give each other a hard time.
In your home games, this is four foot.
I mean, it happens. It's golf, it's can't make every single putt. You got to move on, and it is what it is.
How important would you say having sort of the confidence and a bit of comfort playing internationally? How important is that actually?
I think we don't play enough match play. It's very unique. We get one or twice a year, right? So it's very, very different, and you got to go with a different game plan instead of thinking about a 72-hole stretch. Like, the most important is the hole in front of you, right? So it's very unique, and like I said, I feel like with the fist bumps and everything, that's something you can do because it is match play. Like, it's the first hole and you do it. It's kind of weird if you would play a 72-hole event, but because it is match play and you can do some things like that, it's very unique. I have not, but if that is true, it's really awesome. It's really cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I think I was there because I just won the Order of Merit on the Asian Tour. So it was kind of a spot that I needed to fill. But I've always known that I wanted to play on the PGA Tour. You know, that was the main goal for me. And, like, to be honest, I didn't have any status at all, whether it was the Korn Ferry Tour or the PGA Tour. So, you know, just filling in my shoes at that moment and to where I am now, it's been a crazy, you know, U-turn for me. But, you know, like, I wouldn't have changed it any other way. And, you know, the goal was to play on the PGA Tour. So sacrificing a lot of things to be out here is something that, you know, our team hopes to encourage a lot of people to do instead of taking the easy route. You know, hopefully they can play, you know, with a lot of good players on the PGA Tour.
Why the PGA Tour?
That's what I mean. For me, that's why I started golf. You know, growing up, I saw Tiger Woods as my idol, and the way he did things on the PGA Tour was, I felt like was the only to do the things that he did is. I feel like the PGA Tour is the only place for that, and I don't see golf anywhere else other than the PGA Tour. You know, what drives me the most to be the best player I can is, you know, try to play good in the major championships and play in the biggest events. So I feel like if it was a different goal, I wouldn't be where I am today. Not really sure. I would put a no comment on that, but all I can say is my goal was to be on the PGA Tour, and it's definitely happened for me. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely gotten big. You know, it's a small country in Asia, and it's incredible how we've gotten 4 of the guys in our team, and you know, it's incredible to see. Again, it's really good for Asian golf. I feel like to see if we have four Asian golfers on the PGA Tour and the President's Cup. I feel like it could inspire a lot of people back at home in Asia to see. Okay, if we go to the PGA Tour, we can play the President's Cup, you know, stuff like that. So with what's going on in the world, and especially in Asia, for us to be here, I think it's really good for Asian golf. So I'm very happy for that.
South Korean who pulled off an upset a lot of people didn't think could happen. There's a lot of people who don't think that internationals have much of a chance this week. But there's some South Korean guys, among others, on your team who'd like to say, hey, look at us. Let us play. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I watched that. You know, as a Tiger fan, you know, you'd expect Tiger to win, but yeah, you know, first Asian to win a majors, you know, it's a great title, and especially to beat Tiger at his prime, it's something that no one can take away from him. So I feel like you know, the way it's entitled, you know, it is called that, but I don't like to call that word, and because I feel like we have a really good team, and you know, if we get really good matchups, I feel like we're good enough to play against the Americans. So, you know, I hope, you know, on Sunday we'll have a really good chance.
I have a question about, did I ask both captains about to build your starting 5 in basketball, and you were named in national team's point guard, specifically for your trash talk abilities. So I guess, touch on maybe your basketball abilities and your trash talking and why you can't fit.
Yeah, my basketball, I'm a big NBA fan. I love the sport, but I'm terrible at it. So that's number one, and I like to take that role because, again, I'm the youngest guy on the team, and I'm a big jokester. So playing that role, I feel like I can bring good energy and, you know, bring enlightenment to the team. And, you know, when things get a little tough, I feel like I can bring people up. So that's going to be my role, and hopefully I can fill in my shoes.
Would you be a shoot first or pass first player?
Ooh, I'll be both. You know, I feel like I'm a very good team player, and that's why I told Trevor, you know, I would love to be a team player, and whatever he feels like what's best for the team, I'm going to do that. So, but when I have my chance, I am going to shoot. So yeah, I am going to shoot.
Tom, you won in Greensboro, and it was a life-changing moment for you. Being there at Quail Hollow, does it bring back memories of what you did last month?
Yes, it's in North Carolina, so it's very close to where I won, and that's why I felt like it was a great venue for me, because it brings back good vibes of when I putted really, really well. And apparently, so I changed my putter grip to, it was getting old, so I had to change my color, and it was apparently the North Carolina kind of famous color. So It's going to be good vibes, and hopefully, the crowds were amazing that week. So I know it's going to be crazy this week as well. So
What's different about the conditions and the golf course at Quail Hollow as opposed to Sedgefield?
I feel like Quail Hollow is a longer golf course. It is a Bombers golf course. Obviously, Rory has a lot of success here, and the greens are pretty slopey. They're fast, and Sedgefield is more like a position golf. A lot of par fives are reachable, and the course isn't as long. So this week, I feel like a lot of patience is going to be in play. You got to hit a lot of good long irons, especially for me. So just stuff like that is a little bit of difference. But again, it's in North Carolina. I have good vibes here, and I'm just going to bring those good vibes.
Until recently, what did you know about the President's Cup?
I knew everything about it. I've watched so many events. I think the first one I remember watching was probably in Melbourne. So I remember, man, it'd be amazing to play for that team, and for me to be able to stand here and as an international is something that I can't really realize yet. I walked into that hotel room and see all the gear was, I got a little teary, but it's an absolute amazing feeling.
Okay, and lastly, I am the announcer on the first tee. Are you Jun Hyung Kim or are you Tom Kim when I introduce you?
I'm Tom Kim.
Good enough.
Perfect.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Tom, take us inside the team room. Who are the guys that players gravitate to?
I feel like Adam, because I think he's played the most than anyone on the team. I think it's his 10th President Cup. It's amazing. That's 20 years. I think his first President Cup was when I was 1. So it's a lot of experience, and he's such a great sport for our team. He's a veteran. I have a lot of questions that I'm curious about, because I'm a big fan of Adam Scott. Who isn't? So he's been very nice to tell me a lot of things and kind of put everyone under his wing, and we can kind of feed off of his experiences, and he's amazing. Just a lot about whether it's technique or whether it's practice or whether it's being under pressure from basic 101 to skill 101. So just everything about that I was curious about, whether it's, again, technique or mental things and just everything. Pardon? We have a really great bond, like a lot of rookies and a couple veterans. And so veterans are kind of, being nice to the rookies and telling us about how to do things a little better and how to go around the course, how to deal with pressure and stuff like that. So it's a great vibe. Again, like we said, a lot of young guys and a lot of veterans. So it kind of evens it out, and it's definitely enjoyable in the team room. My NBA team? A player. I mean, retired-wise, I loved Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Kobe was definitely one of my favorite basketball players ever because of the Mamba mentality. But right now, alive, I'd probably have to say whether it's Steph or LeBron. Right? LeBron's an outgoing guy. He's cool, but Steph's a point guard and shoots a lot of threes. So, kind of mixing both. Like, I feel like golf is also relatable, right? Like, you kind of mix in both and see what you can make of yourself.
Do you think, to be successful in professional golf, do you think you have to be selfish?
I feel like it's different in a lot of ways, but I feel like a little bit it comes to like caring about yourself and what works for you. Not worrying about what other guys are doing and what works for them. Just kind of feel like what's important to you and what works for you is the biggest part.
You're still young, obviously, but have you had to make tough decisions, whether it's in personnel or spending less time with family or whatever the case is? Have you encountered that already?
For sure. I mean, I traveled a lot as a kid, and turning pro at age 15 was a lot different from what other guys do. And teenage years is where a lot of people would say, that's where you have fun and you enjoy a lot of things. But, I turned professional and I didn't really have a life outside of golf. But like I said, if you had told me when I was 15, if you would sacrifice these early part of your years to play on the PGA Tour, to play in the President's Cup, would you take it? I would do it every day. So there's ups and downs, but, I would do it all over again.
Paid off now when they're tough moments.
For sure. Without a doubt.
Fourth South Koreans on this team. Would you say this is the strongest South Korean men's golf has been, or are you guys still chasing what KJ accomplished and what Wai Yang accomplished?
I feel like it's very, very different now with the era changing a little bit. But there's so many good players now. But I think it's very, very strong. But I hope again, it's not about us, right? It's about how we can play better and inspire other people back at home and to come over to the PGA Tour. A lot of young guys. So all of us, I can really say we're trying to inspire a lot of kids back in Korea and back in Asia.
When you look at the Asian Games now allowing professionals, I think the Korea Golf Association will be 2 pros.
Yeah, correct.
How does that change it when you look at these other guys? Now you're competing against them for spots at the Asian Games, right?
We're all really good. We're all really close. We're good friends, and we just want the best for each other, and we support each other. So, we spend a lot of time outside the golf course too. So, obviously there is a good, healthy rivalry. But all we do is we just focus on how can we play the best golf, and good golf kind of takes care of everything. So.
And just specifically on that, I know that Siwoo and Sungjae originally made the team for this year, but they postponed the games for a year. So are they going to redo it? Because that would obviously put you right in the mix. Do you know how that works?
Yes. It kind of worked well for me, but like for some guys, it didn't really work well. So it's kind of unfortunate for them, but again, fortunate for me. But again, like I said, it's whoever plays the best golf kind of ends up on that team. So I'm just focused on getting my job done this week and keep my world ranking up there, and hopefully I can. I've never had a chance to play for my country, so if I could make my start at the Asian Games, it definitely would be an honor.
So they're going to repick the team based on rankings next spring?
Correct. Yeah. I took some time off. I definitely still practiced a little bit, but I went back home for a week, which was nice. But it's funny how during the season I was like, man, I wish I could go back home for a week or two, kind of rest up and do this. But when I was back home, I kind of missed being out in the States. The practice and everything is really nice. So I'm excited to be back here, and I'm definitely well rested.
What was that homecoming like now at your PGA Tour Win?
It was definitely had a lot of people recognize me a little bit more, which is great, but I still got a long way to go. So I was really excited to come back here, being fresh, and kind of start the 2022-23 season. One putt percentage. Okay. Can I just tell me this? Am I inside that category because I don't have enough events to? Okay. All right. I think it would be. I think it could be me. No. Who is it? Christian. Yeah. Yeah. That was my first instinct, but I had a good stat on 25 feet this season, so too confident.
Who has hit the longest drive?
This season
Past season?
for our international team. Taylor.
Corey Connor.
Really? Wow. Where? The Open?
Genesis.
Oh, okay. That's different. I mean, that's the Scottish Open. You can't put that into it, but
Third one. Who from the international team has hit it closer to the pin from the 25 to 50-yard range?
Sungjae? Wow. Who?
Who from your team ranked highest from putting from 5 feet in the past season?
5 feet, ranked highest. Christian?
Mito. 92 from 101 putts.
Wow. I gotta learn from him. Jeez.
Who from the team has made more eagles the past season?
Oh, Sungjae. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's not surprising at all.
Who from the team has had the longest streak without a 3-putt the past season?
Ooh. It's definitely not me. I'm probably the worst at that. Longest 3-putt streak. Let me think. I think it's gonna be Adam. Yeah. There you go.
He actually ranked first in that category.
Yeah. I would think so.
221 putts.
Wow.
For 3 putts. And then, quick ones based on your personal opinion. Who eats the most from the international?
Me.
Who would most likely cry if you win?
Think Trevor.
Who has the most team spirit?
I think it's me. I'm young.
And who gives the best advice?
Oh, Adam. For sure, without a doubt.
Thank you.
You're not wrong. But for me, we've planned this out for a very long time, and it's happened sooner than we expected. I'm not going to lie, but for me, that first win was really I was so happy about I had a place to play next year for a few years on the PGA Tour, because my goal has been always to play out here, and for me to have a full schedule was the biggest part of that deal, and I'm a very lucky and happy guy right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Tom, just following up on something you said earlier, it kind of made me laugh that the question was like, do you take inspiration from like, no, that's what you're talking about. Tell me that, do you remember watching that?
Yeah, because I mean, the only reason why he inspired a lot of people. He inspired me as well, but I wanted to be the first Asian to win a major championship.
There was that too.
Yeah, but I was 7. You know what I mean? I was 7, but I always wanted to be the goal. I always wanted to be the first Asian to win the Masters as well, but Hideki has done that. So, but there's definitely a lot of things that I can achieve as a first Asian. So, he definitely inspired a lot of people, but that definitely played a little role in it.
Thing. Both you wanted Tiger to win, but also it took away your chance to be the first.
Yes, but I also wanted Wai Yang to win because he was the first Asian. So, yeah, it was awesome. Oh, both. I dreamt something in English yesterday. No, it's natural to me. Yeah, I've actually had I had a few questions about that back at home. Because some people might not speak English. Do you dream in English or Korean? I dream a lot in English actually, and they were kind of surprised at that. Good question, actually. Great one.
I've heard that when you really start to know, that's like a sign of when you really start to know languages when you have a dream.
Exactly. I hope a random language kind of comes up into my mind. I'll be like, what's that? All right. Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Really quick, I know it's
Sure.
a sensitive subject, and it's okay if you don't answer. Do you mind if I ask you how the military service requirement has affected how you view your career?
I think I would take a little no comment to that, but it definitely drives, it's a mandatory thing for our country, and there's a lot of different ways that people can deal with it. Some people don't go, some people go. So I'm just focused on playing this week well. 네. 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 카메라 보고요? 네, 정말 이번 주 사실 인터내셔널 팀이 많이 우승이 없는데 제가 처음 출전해서 정말 잘해서 이번 주 우승하고 인터내셔널 팀에 꼭 2승째를 붙였으면 좋겠고, 특별히 한국 형들도 이제 저까지 해서 4명이고 최프님까지 있는데 정말 역사적으로 처음이지만 그 포함해서 우승하면 더 기록에 더 남을 것 같아서 정말 열정적으로 열심히 해보겠습니다. 감사합니다. 네, 감사합니다.